Hi, it's Rebecca, Empathic Crow. I've got this ring light doing some crazy colored lights because why not? I was getting ready to go to bed. It is 12:33 in the morning, and I keep telling myself I'm going to go to bed earlier instead of trying to take back time during the night, but that's okay. I ended up, after finishing documentation yesterday, doing a video that was like an hour and 2 minutes that I just wasn't sure how I felt about posting it, and felt really called to send it to a specific person and another specific person later. I have received confirmation from one of the people that I knew it was a message for someone. I didn't know who. I wasn't sure how I felt about posting it, and because I did talk about a lot of personal things in it. And so it definitely was for the first person I sent it to, for sure. But I was going to be doing a reading yesterday, and instead I did that video, which still felt very valuable and necessary. Like, it was very much so a push that I had been feeling for a while, and finally just kind of gave in. So we're going to use the Crow Tarot deck by MJ Cullinane. Really connected to my crow friends lately. Well, I'm always connected to my crow friends, my animals, and please excuse the fact that, like I said, I was about to go to bed, so my hair is a mess. I have on no makeup. My voice is a bit gravelly. I'm a bit tired, so we'll see how this goes. Depending on what I get from the tarot, and if it feels right, we'll pull some cards from either the Urban Crow Oracle, also by MJ Cullinane, or the Angels and Auras Oracle. I know I've been using this one quite a bit lately, but I've been feeling very called to it, and I just touched the black kyanite, so I don't know if this is something that is important for someone. And I'm also seeing the larvacite palm stone that I have here. You can see the rainbow of the ring light behind that. That's awesome. So I feel like maybe it's important. Oh yeah, and the black tourmaline's also just coming to my eye. So it's really important for someone that you ground right now. Maybe that's me because I am sleepy, and so it's good for me to make sure that I keep my energy cleansed. So let's go ahead and we'll bring the chakra angel over here as well. The selenite wire wrap that my brother gave me. I'm going to pull my lapis sphere a little closer, as well as my celestite. We're going to put those a little closer to me right now. Why am I feeling called to my seer stone? We'll see what that's about. Whoops. Sorry about that, bud. Didn't mean to knock you over there. I guess I'll just put all the little stones in front of me. Kyanite with some quartz. Larimar. Looks like we're going to be doing the blue crystals. Aqua Aura. More Aqua Aura. Aqua Aura. Actually, this is Aqua Aura. And this is a quartz. Aura quartz. Some angelite. Anything else? Oh, yes. Some more angelite. Goodness gracious. Then we've got a little bit of what are you? Aquamarine. I don't know why my brain is shutting down a little bit, which is probably why I shouldn't be doing this reading right now, but it's really feeling important. And then as far as selenite, you don't have to worry. I was going to possibly be doing some cord cutting earlier, so I've got my chakra selenite. Yes, it does have some scratches on it. I actually bought it that way because the energy of it is still really good, even with the scratches. All right, Chakra, chakra, chakra. God, angels, guides, and ancestors. What is the message that's wanting to come out? Help me in my feeling tired to be able to bring forth this message, because I've been feeling the pull to do this message for a couple of days. I think just the light of the ring light is very cool, and playing off of the celestite in a way that it just kind of glitters. I don't know if I can capture the effect on here. Well, you can definitely see the glitter. Oh, there we go. If you look right here, we get a little bit of those colors. It's very pretty. All right, what card needs to come out? What is the focus? What needs to be, I heard what needs to come to light. So what needs to come to light? God, angels, guides, ancestors. What needs to come to light? What is needed? Interesting. Well, we definitely have the light. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. We've had this card recently, or it might have been in a private reading. And there's a lot of light in this card. Not only are the pentacles golden, we also have the sun, which can represent new beginnings. And of course, it has this very bright orange, that sacral chakra, passion, creativity, intimacy. And then we have a very bright center with the yellow. There's a lot of yellow in this card, a lot of solar plexus chakra. Letting go of some of that fear. With the wolf and the crow, both being animals that represent clear vision and sight, being able to really look beyond what's on the surface, being able to, they're both highly intelligent, highly instinctive. So I feel like, I don't know, I'm hearing, even though there's a butterfly here and like the new beginning and everything, I'm just hearing there's some anxiety, because even when I was looking at this, I was thinking of the moon, and I know we have an eclipse coming up. And so I feel like, you know, with the moon, letting go of worries and things like that, I feel like what we're looking at is there, you have a new beginning, but you got to let go of those worries. You want to keep your guard up in the sense that you have the vision of the wolf and the crow, that you are seeing through anything that may not seem that it is the way that is being portrayed, like keeping that instinct. And it's not been easy, and it's not going to be easy. We've got the lotus flowers, so it's not necessarily, oh, excuse me, I got my PJs on and everything, and I'm cold natured, so I gotta put my blanket on. It's not necessarily going to be easy, but the focus is creating an, I don't know, these coins stacked up together look like a path. I know this has been a theme lately, but kind of, I see this in this reading as like creating a path, like understanding that there's a new beginning coming through, and it may not look like what you expect it to look like. In fact, it's, I say it may not, it's not going to look like what you expect it to look like. Don't try to hold on too hard, excuse me, to, you know, pentacles often represent money, but I'm hearing worldly things, like whether that's things that are possessions, whether that's the past, whether that's your ideas. You see that this crow is in a distance off from the city, like he's out on his own. And I feel like it's okay for us to move ourselves away from things a bit. But at the same time, I'm getting the feeling that this is also understanding, and this has been a big theme recently too, that not only do you not want to hold on to things too tightly because they may not be the things that are important, but also if you're trying to isolate yourself in order to not have others impact you, it's weird, but not have others impact you, that's not going to help you in the long run. Where's that coming from? I guess because with the two trees, this feels very isolating and being away from the city. Like, it's okay to take breaks and things like that, but a big thing that's needed right now is community and a connection to nature. And we don't have much connection to nature in this card. We've got two trees and then we got a city. That's it. There's a lot of nature in this card. Kind of makes up for it maybe a little bit. But you don't want to hold on to your money or other things too tightly. Like, don't let that create the fear, because that's going to create problems. And the bottom of what just was coming out is the moon, which has been coming up in other cards quite a bit. But you see there's a cage on this card. When we get too lost in the moon, like, there's even a fish. But that fish, he's out of the water, like... feeling like a fish out of the water, flopping around. You know, there's a lot of clouds that are coming in over this moon. The funny thing is, when we have the eclipse that comes up, as the sun and the moon kind of block each other out, there's a redness that comes to it. And I think they call it a blood moon. I've seen it just a little bit. I have a video somewhere, and my camera was not the greatest. It's a phone on my camera. I should not do a reading when I'm so tired, but like I said, it felt like it needed to come through. So maybe, I don't know if your fear is around the eclipse, but you don't have to have a fear around the eclipse. Be mindful, be watchful. Where's this crow? He's over here by this finger. He's watching it, but he's staying steady. There's clouds. It seems ominous. It seems like a crazy thing. And you feel like a fish out of water. You're not sure what to do. This blue down here has me feeling like you don't know what to say either. You've got a little bit of water. So there may be a little bit of feeling of maybe it's going to be okay. But mostly your emotions are kind of just like all over the place. And then that cage, that feeling trapped. Anything else in this card that's standing out? Sometimes I see things in here that I haven't seen before, and that's always cool. Oh, I didn't even realize, and that should have been very apparent to me, that the shadow on the moon is a crow. And then we've got the crow right here. So understand that with this, I feel like it's kind of, in this picture, what I'm seeing is like a reflection, like a mirror. And so understanding that with this full moon, not seeing it as something to fear, but seeing it as like a image of yourself, a projection of yourself. And so it's something where with the full moon, you know, we want to release the things that no longer serve us. This cage definitely doesn't serve you. The fear doesn't serve you. But I feel like this crow is bowing down. And I feel like it's being able to really connect. Because this card feels so disconnected. This card feels so disconnected. This card could have connection, but that's what the focus is. That's what you're trying to get to. But right now it feels very like gray and desolate. You're scared, so you're trying to hold on to your resources as much as you can. And then the moon card is saying, walk away, like let go of things that don't serve you. And it's scary. It is. Because you can see how difficult things are. You're intuitive. Everybody has intuition, but you're intuitive. You can see that things are scary, but your anxiety is overriding the ability to be able to figure out what to do about it. And there's so much going on, and we just got this card the other day, and there's another cage in this one, and it's very dark imagery. We've got this 9 of Swords. Again, like the anxieties that keep you up at night. I'm not up right now because of anxiety. I was about to go to bed, and I just kept having this nudge that you've got to do this message. You have to. You didn't do it last night. What you did was necessary and good, but you need to do this message. But this unrest, like allowing these worries and these things that you need to release, these people that you're worried about, these swords that you're worried about, things that you're thinking, things that you're hearing, things you're saying, all these clouds, all this turmoil, all this difficulty and struggle. And as I see the crow skull, I've talked about this before. I don't necessarily see skulls, obviously, as like death. It's a symbol also of knowledge and rebirth. But I feel like there's even a fear of death, whether that's death for you or death for someone else. Like there's just so many fears coming, and the big piece of this is you've got to let them go. This image came out the other day, so it's funny this came out again. If you're worried about this leader up here, because I remember this is the way that the Seven of Wands was coming to me, and what would be the reverse, but I don't put my cards in reverse. I am funny about that, but I will read them in reverse if they are meant to be read in reverse. So yeah, I get that there's this leader. I get that there's a lot of red flags. I get that there's a lot of doom and gloom. I get that it feels like falling off a cliff, and that these wands feel like they are very little as far as weapons. I get that there's a lot going on with that, whether that is in your personal life, whether that is the big thing that is going on right now for many of us that live in the United States. But just know, this crow up here at the top, he, at the end of the day, does not have anyone around him defending him. It's just him and his bigger wand. His bigger wand that's a different color. And he's looking down on everyone. But look at how many crows there are down here. There's this just, and they've all got wands. They all have wands. And it's just him with this wand up here. So, you know, with those thoughts and communications and things that are coming through, flip this around and get some fiery passion. Maybe that's what you need to advocate for you or for other people, however that's supposed to look. Because you can't stay stuck in this energy of the Nine of Swords, unrest, difficulties, the moon, feeling, you know, lost, feeling overwhelmed, having all these anxieties, things you need to release, or feeling like you have to hold on so tight to what you have. Because that pushes us back too. You know, not everything that you have is going to stay with you forever. So if you're so worried about losing it, then yeah, you've got a lot to lose. And especially if you've isolated yourself. Because some of the things that are most important doesn't have to do with money or being alone. And the more you're holding on to those pentacles, the less you're going to be able to think outside of the box and figure out solutions. So what does the focus need to be, or what do we need in order to move forward? What's the big deal here? What's the message? Is it not going to come out of the tarot deck and I need to move on to the oracle? That is completely possible. All right, so we will do 2 more shuffles. And if nothing comes out, we will move on to the... So we've got... What flew out was the 5 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. And 6 of Wands is a celebration. It's a victory card. And notice, again, yes, there is a crow that's up on top here. But all of the wands are together and pointing up to this victory and this victory wreath. The card is still a bit muted in its color, but there's a lot more brightness in it. And look at all of these crows are acting together. We have some yellow flowers down here, actually a yellow and a white. So white and violet connection to crown chakra, divine. We've even got some purple in some of these flowers. Again, purple and white connecting with the divine. So trusting, whatever that is. If it's your higher self, God, angels, guides, ancestors, as I said, whoever is your higher self. And as I'm looking at these roses, I'm also seeing amethyst. So I feel like amethyst is going to be very important for you. Amethyst can definitely help promote some calm. I don't have any amethyst over here. I have amethyst, just not over here with me. In fact, I think there's a larger amethyst somewhere up on the shelf. Oh yeah, it's at the very end, right there. I used to have a cathedral, but life happens. You can't hold on to everything tightly, but the person that I was able to sell it to is amazing and has amazing energy, and so she has an amazing home. The gemstone is a she. But yeah, like, don't worry about this too much because it's going to turn around. It's not necessarily going to look like what you think it's going to look like, but it's going to turn around. Yeah, because you've got the Queen of Wands that's also on the bottom. And when I see the Queen of Wands, we got 2 lines here. And the lines for me take me back to 1, Leo, confidence, 2, strength. When you think of the strength card and the line, we have to go through hard times sometimes to really embrace and embody that strength. But that strength is there. You've got the yellow flowers here. Could be sunflowers. But with the yellow flowers, again, coming into that solar plexus chakra, really stepping into that confidence. The crown is right above her head. So again, we've got like this other person in the lead. Then we've got the victory. And then we've got this crown. The sun is in the background with the new beginning. And we have that crow skull that we also have in the Nine of Swords. But notice, it doesn't look as scary here. It's not hanging off of the end of the sword. Let's see, I'll show you the imagery. The crow skull over here, hanging off the end of the sword. It's not doing that here. So that's a fear that you're conquering. So maybe you're having to conquer the fear of death. And here's the thing. A lot of us as humans have a fear of death. But just keep in mind that everything is energy. This right here is a vessel. It is I don't like the word meat suit. It just sounds so, ugh. Then again, I never liked meat textures and I'm plant-based, so maybe that's part of it. But your body is just the vessel. Your body is just the thing that helps for you to be able to exist in this form as a human. But we're all energy. And energy cannot be destroyed. And if energy cannot be destroyed, you don't have to fear death. Because even if you have a physical death on this earth, it's not like you're not going to exist. It may be a different existence, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to exist. There was another card on the bottom that I was going to pull, but that must not have been what was needed. Let's see if there's any more cards. We already have 7. We have a lot of cards sticking, so I don't know if they're wanting to come out. So we're going to do 2 more shuffles. And if nothing comes through, we're moving on to the oracle, because I do need to get to bed at some point. I've been on here. Oh, excuse me. We're 23 minutes. Ace of Swords. Cut through the crap. Get the sword of truth. The sword of truth is on your side. There are mountains. There are clouds. It's not going to be easy. We've got this red flower. Ground yourself. Make sure that you're protected. I also, when I'm looking at this card right now, am hearing the name Michael. So you may want to call in Archangel Michael with his protective sword and ask for him to be with you while you go on this journey. There's also down here like a knight's mask or a warrior's mask or something like that. So it may feel like a battle. But then this rose or poppy or whatever it is, poppy maybe, is growing out of the mask. Like there's growth. Ground yourself. There's even some yellow and orange in this card. We've got the blue throat chakra color in the mountains, and it's very jagged and rough. So you may have some hard times communicating, but you got the sword of truth. Cut through the clouds. Use the sword, cut through the clouds. Allow yourself to let go of some of that fear and allow yourself to communicate more clearly. You don't have to worry about how your words are being received by others. The people who need to hear them will hear them. And then, just like with the Six of Wands, we've got this victory wreath up here. So it's not going to be easy. You've got to do some things. You've got to take back your power. You've got to use that strength card we just had. Take back your power and cut through the bullcrap. And just know there's more options than what you think. Like, this is the Nine of Cups. And so, sorry, I have the hiccups. Oh, God. We got the Nine of Cups. And so, like I said, there are going to be options. There are going to be ways to get through this. But, one, you have to believe in yourself. And two, you have to take action. You don't take action. You just have the belief. You just say, yeah, this is what I want to happen. We talked about this earlier this week too. It's not necessarily going to do anything. I'm not going to help you that much. All right, so we got the Urban Crow Oracle. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm starting to crash. But we're going to get this out. I may even have to clean the cards up tomorrow. I don't know. I don't like doing that. I don't like leaving them out. We will see. I got at least 3 cards that just came out. Well, it felt like 3 cards. Oh, there they are. They're hiding. I have a keyboard pull out. It was exactly 3 cards. I have a keyboard pull out that I'm laying the cards on. I got the gemstones on the laptop. All right, so we have, so create a sacred space. In this, we've got several seasons represented. We have the new life, the spring with the blue eggs, again, coming in with that throat chakra. And as I said, when we were looking at this card right here, you can't isolate yourself. You can try. You can isolate yourself. But it's not going to help you. This is a time to pull together like-minded people, community, building that nest. And like, you may even be using pieces and parts of things that you find along the way. Resourceful is the word coming into my mind for this sacred space, which is a 43, breaks down to the number 7. And we have a lot of color here, and we still have a lot of darkness, but create a community, create a sacred space. There are also a lot of flowers and things like that new beginning. I'm sorry. The next card is upheaval. And I feel like this is more referring to the fact that whenever we have to make a change, it can feel like a complete and total overhaul of your life. It can feel like very uncomfortable. It can feel as if your whole world is crashing down. And oh, look at that. There's that nest. So you want to create community with that safe space and security. But what I want you to notice in this card, you've got a lot of chaos going on in this card. But look, that nest, it's fine. Like, it's protected. It's fine. There's a lot going on, though. Now, the other nests are empty. So the old nest, like this tree, is falling over. It is uprooted. This is the upheaval. And all these nests up here, I mean, they're empty. But those are things from the past. That's things you don't have to worry about. But look, it is falling towards the ground. But all 4 of the eggs are still in there. Did we have 4 eggs? We did. We had 4 eggs in this. We've got 4 eggs still in that basket. It's going to be scary because it feels like I just set up this place that I felt really secure in, or I had built up things and I felt really secure. And now everything feels like it is just changing. You have the crows flying around in the background, kind of like a warning. You've got this crow and this crow. They're freaking out because the tree's falling over. Their world is turning upside down, basically. But what we're getting is that commitment. Notice that these crows, we've still got the nest symbolism. I feel like they're building that nest to be a bit more strong. And look, they've got these berries they're sharing. Like I feel like they're babies. Or fly in the coop, like they did what they needed to do. This is just kind of a new aspect of that. There's a lot of growth in this picture, a lot of white flowers. So I feel like it really still is looking at the divine. All right, we will shuffle through a couple more times. As you can see, I'm like literally crashing right now. See if anything comes out, and then we'll pull 1 or 2 cards from the angels and auras. Where are you? 31 minutes. Memory. It's a card that came up for me recently. Funny enough, right after some big major memory discoveries. So this memory is pretty big, whatever memory it is coming in for you. And you may even with this memory feel like a target or an outsider. There are people that just don't fully understand what's going on. They're staying stuck in this just everyday life, mundane life. And here's you with the red, and there's a building or a couple of buildings that are highlighted in red, objects that are highlighted in red. So there may be places and people, not really as many people, but definitely places and objects that may be important as part of this memory. And this person right here, they're not meant to be a part of that memory, but they're staying in there pretty good. So just be wary of telling people your memory, maybe, because there's something with that memory. It's not that it's a bad thing. I feel like it's going to bring some clarity to you. And I say that because look at how around everything that's red, including her, there's illumination. So it's going to feel scary, which the next card that came out was fear. It's going to feel scary. But it's a scarecrow. It's something that's meant to scare you, but it's not anything that really is scary. Just meant to scare you. So don't let that deter you from going into that memory, because it is part of the direction that you need to take. There's still clouds everywhere in this card, but the colors are becoming more vibrant. And look at that halo bursting through the clouds around this crow. I don't know why the sky kind of looks like fire. And I know there's a lot of fire and stuff going on right now. Direction 1, 2. 1 and 2 is 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. Christ consciousness, pay attention. As I said that, it was 3, 3, 3 on the 33 minutes and 30 some seconds on the thing. So know that it's going to be okay. You're being divinely guided, but you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to that, because if you don't, you will miss out on things that are going to be helpful to you. And that's when sometimes we may struggle. And please excuse me in my nightgown state with my blanket on. Like I said, it just felt like this was important. So going with spirit, and we're going to do this reading, and then I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to bed. All right, so we're going to use the angels and auras cards. I'm not going to be able to leave these out, so before I can go to bed, I'll have to put them up. All right. What needs to be heard? What are the things that just bring this all together? I think it's been clarified pretty well. Hello, is there someone here with me? All right. So we have any other cards? No. A couple of archangels coming through. We have Haniel, Silver, or Hanel. I can't pronounce it right now. I'm sorry. The number is 4. Something broke down to a 4 earlier. No, broke down to a 3. The color is silver. And so the energy that comes through when you're in balance with this card is goddess, psychic, sacred, and proud. So that's what I was saying with that initial card when it came to the crow and the wolf. You've got to use your intuition. You have a very strong intuition. But in order to be able to use it and use it effectively, you have to release that. Like, let go of the energy of the moon. Release the things that no longer serve you. Let it go. Being able to speak your truth, using that sword of truth. Calling in Archangel Michael to help you, to protect you, to help with the guidance of navigating that if it's going to be helpful for you. And you can tell my brain's crashing even more. If you're out of balance on this energy of Hanel, I can't say it right now, I'm sorry. Then it's going to be feeling ordinary, blocked, disheveled, and embarrassed. I feel like disheveled is making me think of the upheaval, like just feeling like everything is out of coherence, like nothing is really the way that you want it to be. It just feels very chaotic is the word coming into my brain. You also have Archangel Raphael coming through. He's come through a couple of readings now. Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael are the 2 archangels that first came to me and I connected with. So with Archangel Raphael coming through, and his number is a 7. And I really felt like 7 was important. I think it's because we have the 7 of Wands, and there was something else 7 connecting, but 43, the sacred space. 4 plus 3 is 7. So part of this creating a sacred space, maybe calling on Archangel Raphael. And I feel like, even when I was talking about the Ace of Swords, connecting with Archangel Raphael, Michael may be helpful too. But with Archangel Raphael, he has this beautiful green warm light, and he helps with love. He helps with healing. And so when in balance, you have love, travel, humor, and vitality. And I feel like you can be this way sometimes, but there's been a lot going on and you haven't been that way. So in reverse, you're probably feeling emptiness, maybe hibernating, not interacting with people as much. You may be a bit sarcastic and quick to jump at people. And the lethargy, feeling really tired, but not because like me, I really should go to bed because it's 111. Oh, did it? What? Yeah, still 111. Let me look and see if there's anything else that I'm really picking up from Archangel Michael here. Raphael. What's on his robe? He's got the symbol for men and women on his robe. I feel like that's really important right now too. And it just felt like I needed to find something that needed to be highlighted. And I feel like that's the big thing is, today, well, it's not tomorrow. It's March 9th. But yesterday was International Women's Day. And there's a lot going on here in the U.S., especially related to women's rights and a lot of things being taken away. And we have to have that divine masculine and feminine in order to be able to live in harmony, to be able to create that sacred space, and to be able to have that community. So I feel like that's an important message because we have to be able to create that more cohesive balance between the two. And of course, he has a green heart on because this is heart chakra energy that comes from Archangel Raphael. And we've got this beautiful stairway that's lit up in a beautiful lush forest. Like, this card has such lighter and beautiful imagery than some of the others. All right, we'll see if there's anything else that's wanting to come out. So we have the angels that we connect with. Is there anything that we need to really focus on when it comes to letting go of things? What are those worries that you just need to let go of? I feel like that's so important right now. What is it that you need to let go of? What are things that you need to not be holding on so tight to? And like I said, please excuse the way I look, but this reading felt important. And we're already at 40 minutes. I thought I was going to just pull a few cards. I'm not very good at doing that, even when I'm sleepy. All right, it feels like there's something important. So is it coming from this deck? I really don't want to. It's not. Let's see if it's coming from the 4 agreements, because that's been catching my eye. And if it's not that, it may be from the card deck that I created that's not actually fully finished yet. And not something that I have created for mass production, but more for personal use. All right, so we have the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. We're going to see what comes up there. Something's wanting to come out. So much sticking together. All right. So what is the card that we need to focus on? Ask for what you want. The agreement is don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. So having those boundaries and understanding that it's okay for you to want things and to even ask for help or to ask for things from others, and then they have the right to say no, and it's okay. Like, it doesn't mean that you've lost. It doesn't mean you're defeated. It's not about win or lose. It's about being able to work together, and that's what that is. Communicating that. Where's that sort of truth? It's communicating clearly, communicating truthfully, authentically. Use that word a lot. I appreciate authenticity in people. All right, anything else? We got this one sticking out. Eliminate gossip. Again, this is under the agreement, don't make assumptions. Making assumptions is a setup for suffering, because usually we gossip about our assumptions. We make assumptions and believe we are right. Then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. You don't have to make others wrong. When you're speaking with this sort of truth, it's not about countering and telling the other person how they're wrong. It's about speaking your truth and saying, this is what I believe, and I have a strong conviction to it. And if you don't agree, I can respect that we don't agree, but I don't have to attack you for it. I don't have to put you down for it. I don't have to act like a 2-year-old who thinks they got the smaller size of a chocolate bar divided among themselves and other children. I just don't have to do that. And because of that, that means that I can communicate clearly and without feeling like it has to be this big of a deal. So our last card that I'm going to pull is always do your best. Take your life and enjoy it. So we've got you are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love and to share your love, just to be, to take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. And, well, we've got honor yourself on the top of the deck. And again, we've got this crown that is right here and a dove with the clouds connecting to that divine. And it is honor, honor the man or woman that you are. Take the risk to express your dream. Taking action is about living fully and expressing who you are. So let go of those fears. You don't have to step into gossiping or anything. And plays into this one. This is the last one we're going to do. There's so many that could fit, but don't take anything personally is the agreement. Love and respect yourself is the card. And it is, you are never responsible for the actions of others, but you are responsible for you. If someone is not treating you with love and respect, it is a gift if they walk away from you. You may hurt for a while, but your heart will eventually heal. And there's so much pink in this card because it's heart chakra, and we do have an angel here. So yeah, understand things are not what you want them to be right now. Things may seem really crazy and chaotic, and there's so much going on, and it feels very oppressive is the word coming into my head, you know, but you can't control all that. You can stay up all night in that Nine of Swords energy, anxious, worrying, the racing thoughts about it all, but it's not going to change anything. And you can go isolate yourself and hold on to things that may not even matter. But at the end of the day, it's not going to help you. So again, I say, and I know I've said this in other readings, find the people that you connect with, the people who can help you, who can be part of uplifting you, but also respect yourself. Speak clearly, communicate your truth, call in whatever feels comfortable to you, be that angels, guides, God, your higher self, all of those things, and know that it is okay. I got the hiccups so bad. That was taco. We had tacos for lunch, and that was a taco hiccup. That stinks. It doesn't like literally stink. It just hurt a little bit. But all right, we'll pull this one too. Don't make assumptions. Discern the truth. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are the truth. We make an assumption. We misunderstand. We take it personally. Then we react by sending emotional poison with our word. And this creates a whole big drama for nothing. That's exactly what I was saying. You don't have to worry so much. You don't have to worry about what somebody else is saying. You don't have to worry about what's coming. You can't change a lot of things. So the things that you can change, the things you can take action on, do that. Do that. That's supportive. That's helpful to you. The things that you can't change, don't spend all this time worrying about them because it's not helping you. All it's doing is it's taking away your joy. It's taking away your sleep. It's taking away maybe even your sanity. It's making it really hard. You're basically creating your own hell on earth. And you know what? So I just picked up the Angels and Auras, and we have Raziel Rainbow. And that's an 8 card as well. We've had a lot of 8. Enlightened, adaptable, soulful, and connected is the balanced version. Skeptical, rigid, materialistic, and detached are the other ones. So yeah, what I was trying to say is you can create this beautiful, colorful heaven on earth. Where you do the best that you can to help yourself and help others, but also set your boundaries, not over exert or promise yourself, but still be able to try to do things that are helpful. We get the card, open your heart to love. Vulnerability is coming up, and that's number 27. But yeah, you can cut yourself off if you want to. You shouldn't cut yourself off, but you can cut yourself off if you want to, or take a break. I mean, sometimes we do need to take a break for a little while. But at the end of the day, being on your own is not going to fully help you during this time, because right now there is this push toward community, commitment, community, having others around you, having that support. And so, like I said, it's being able to think about the direction and the path that you want to go in, and letting go of the fear. You don't need it. You don't. Oh, that goes into the other deck. I about put that in there. but she must have needed to be out again. So the goddess, psychic, sacred, and proud, you've got the intuition. You will make good decisions as long as you let go of the fear. You gotta let go of the fear. You don't let go of the fear, you've got gifts. You don't let go of the fear, you're not going to be able to use your intuition. It's not going to feel good. Yeah, wrath, distraction. Those are things that can come through. Very similar to some of the cards we've had in here with all the chaos and everything. And then it's all about your perspective. And if you have a good perspective, it leads to freedom, which does not mean that there's not going to be a battle, but you are protected. So pay attention for warnings and release the fear. Because just like in our first card, which was the 9 of Pentacles, there is abundance that is coming. The number on this card is 1. This was the first card we drew. And then we have survival. And in the survival card, we have a crow and we have a fox. And in the first card, we have a crow and a wolf. So you still want to, with the survival, be paying attention to your instincts and things. But it's saying it's going to be okay. Like there's the abundance card. You got the 9 of Pentacles, and I think we had the Queen of Wands. It's going to be okay. It's not necessarily going to be easy, but it is going to be okay. Let go of the illusions. Release the things that no longer serve you. Communicate, and that leads to growth. And this is what I keep saying, you need community. All right, I'm starting to get really tired, giddy, silly, and my words are starting to go away. So I'm going to bed. And I will reverse the video tomorrow so that it is the right way around when you're looking at the cards. You can see I'm tired. It is now 1:25. The dogs are asleep. My husband's asleep. It's time for bed. I will clean these up in the morning. I don't usually do that. I'm crashing. As should you if you're up late, but I will be posting this in the morning. So it just depends on when you watch it and what time zone you're in. Yeah. It really is going to be okay. It's not necessarily going to be easy, and it may feel very scary. But you can survive this. But part of it is going to be stepping into that energy of confidence. Stepping into the energy of love, healing, and community. I gotta go. Good night.